From year 9 to year 1. Numerology, the past year 2025, the 9. I often feel a deep sense of sadness when I encounter bitter and unhappy people. To be honest, bitterness has started to bother me more and more, because it is the easiest emotion to surrender to blame the entire world for how we feel, to point fingers, accuse others, and never pause to look for the source of that bitterness within ourselves. Sadness, on the other hand, awakens something different in me. It stirs a desire to help, to gently lift that sorrow out of someone's life, if only a little. This has been the year of the 9, a year that offers everyone the opportunity to clear themselves, their lives, and to close certain chapters. And right at the beginning of the year, we were faced with situations that were far from humane. As harsh and uncomfortable as it may sound, this is the nature of the world we live in. A world of duality, contrast, and sometimes extreme opposites. 9 is a beautiful number. A year under its influence symbolizes completion, introspection, and release. It gives us roughly 365 days to bring cycles to a close, resolve the past, and prepare for a new beginning. The focus is on forgiving ourselves and others, finishing old projects, even those that have been collecting dust, and searching for a deeper meaning in life. The energy of the 9 can bring lightness and moments of joy, but only if we consciously work on ourselves. And since the moon is growing, you already know what you can and should do, but only if you truly want to. This year, number 1, the 1. I've always been fascinated by people who find themselves standing at the crossroads of their own lives. Those who feel that something needs to change, that a new direction is calling, yet they continue to wait for a sign, for permission, for perfect circumstances. We've all stood at such crossroads at least once, carrying the weight of uncertainty and choice. And that weight rarely comes from the decision itself, but from the fear of its consequences. Still, despite the uncertainty that can sometimes partially paralyze us, there comes a moment when an inner restlessness arises, one so strong and persistent that it can no longer be ignored. Sometimes we are even protected in subtle ways, as other people, through their behavior, help clarify the direction we are meant to take. The past year, ruled by the number 9, brought endings. It invited us to release old patterns and relationships, to undergo emotional cleansing, and to prepare for a new cycle through acceptance and forgiveness, toward ourselves and others. It helped us close what no longer served our well-being. Most of what left our lives was neither healthy, honest, nor truly aligned with us. Simply put, it weighed us down. It restricted our space for personal growth and progress. The 9 cleared away what was no longer needed, and for that, we can be grateful. What remains are only small threads, inner realizations and emotional rearrangements carried with us as we step into the year of 1. And now, we have entered this new year, like a small seed placed into the soil, still fragile, yet full of potential. After the endings, the cleansing, and the closing of cycles, the 1 opens the door to a new chapter of life. It brings opportunities and new possibilities. Whether we recognize them or not is up to us. This is the year in which we stop hiding behind the past, behind excuses, and behind other people's expectations. After the emotional cuts and closures brought by the 9, the 1 places us before a simple yet demanding question. What do I truly want? The 1 carries the energy of initiation, courage, and personal power. It invites us to stop waiting for permission, from the world, from circumstances, or from others, and to finally stand behind ourselves and move toward what drives us from within. The 1 is the archetype of the leader, the pioneer, and the creator of their own reality. There is little room here for hesitation, but immense potential for a clear decision. I choose myself and my path. This year asks for active participation in our own lives. It is not a time to rely on old patterns, borrowed visions, or outdated identities. Instead, it encourages an honest inner dialogue. What is truly mine? What do I want to create, build, and begin? Rather than waiting for the right moment, the emphasis is on taking the first steps, even when the full picture is not yet clear. This year teaches us to gradually build trust in ourselves, our direction, and our decisions. We don't need a perfect plan. A sincere intention, presence, and the first step are enough. The world will not change overnight. It will not suddenly become gentler or more just on its own. Duality remains. Contrast remains. But in the year of one, we are given the opportunity to stop searching for blame outside ourselves. We take responsibility for ourselves, for our direction, without needing validation from anyone else. On an emotional and personal level, this year teaches healthy self-respect. It reminds us that relationships should not be places where we diminish ourselves in order to be accepted, nor burdens we carry out of habit or fear. The one encourages clear boundaries, honest communication, and choosing relationships that support our growth, not those that suppress it. Joy this year arises from a sense of inner freedom, from knowing we are living in alignment with ourselves. On a professional and material level, this year is exceptionally powerful for launching new projects, brands, ideas, and career changes. Everything initiated in this vibration carries the mark of personal authenticity. This is a time for entrepreneurship, independent ventures, professional shifts, and bold decisions. The focus is on initiative, creativity, and responsibility. These are all cycles and patterns we become aware of through inner work. When we recognize and understand them, we move through them with greater ease. Success comes to those willing to act, not tomorrow, not when everything aligns perfectly, but now, with what we have and know in this moment. This year, the phrase "New Year, New Me" truly holds meaning. That is the potential of the one. Clear personal goals, strengthened self-confidence and inner authority, conscious decisions without delay, releasing the fear of mistakes, and nurturing faith in our own vision. These are the foundations upon which we can build ourselves and everything around us. The year of one does not promise ease, but it offers something far more valuable: the opportunity to rewrite our lives. A life more aligned with who we are within, more honest, more meaningful, and more peaceful. A life that brings joy and fulfillment because we finally understand that strength arises the moment we choose to listen to ourselves. The one can bring excitement, empowerment, and inner clarity, but only if we stop living on autopilot. And since the moon is growing, you already know what you can and should begin. As always, only if you truly want to.